Alright, we're gonna kick this off with a new series called Dragon Age. New to you, hopefully. It's one of my most favorite series I've ever played. The entire saga. There's Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and then Dragon Age Inquisition. Love all the games, and really looking forward to bringing people into this. So, let's get it started off. And so is the Golden City blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Canticle of Thronides 8:13.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. May even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alright, from majority of the times I've played Origin, I usually always play Human Male. I've played different versions of it too. I think a Inquisition defaults that the hero for Origins is a Human Male warrior. We're make it for us. We're gonna be an elf. Probably rogue. So elves. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scrounging impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Only the nomadic Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of their old gods as they roam the ancient forests. Welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages. Their racial benefits, yada. That's something you guys watching probably won't care too much about. It's similar to D&D with stats, if you are experienced with that. And then dwarves, originally bound by caste and tradition. The dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the Darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have a high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. And this is their racial benefit. They just have better chance of resisting hostile magic. Then we have the regular humans. Human, the most numerous yet the most divided of all the races. Only 4 times have they ever united under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. Religion and the chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages, and they just get the regular benefit of +1 to everything. The most spread out. I could also play an elf rogue or elf wizard might be fun. I always enjoy the actual fighting in this game. So I actually might just go human rogue. I do like the magic in later games, but in Origins I always loved the rogue class. Thing is, though, I enjoy the storyline of an elf rogue better. Huh. Yeah, we'll go human rogue, I guess. And the only option for us is the human noble. Born to wealth and power, second only to royalty, you find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to war in the south. Name that, it gives you. Base name would be best. And all the presets to mess with how your character looks and all that kind of stuff. Huh.
Greetings.
All the hairstyles kind of suck. Yeah, the customization in this one was not that great, as you can tell right now. Make him wide-eyed. Don't really need to play with this too much because I'm not going to do a whole bunch of stuff like this.
I have lost concentration.
How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Greetings.
Ah, my spell!
Greetings. I cannot cast it!
Let's go with this one. It's a funny sounding one. Alright, and let's get the show started. So my best stats are dexterity. I do want to raise my strength though, because certain weapons use a lot of strength, and I would like to duel long swords at some point. And Constitution's always good for health. Don't really care for magic, considering I am not a magic character. I believe this does my resistance, though, against spells. So I want to even out my dexterity, because like I said, this is kind of D&D-esque, where even numbers are nice, because that's when you get the better pluses. And rogues benefit the most from cunning. So coercion's great for when you want to, do some checks for talking. But I believe we actually might want combat, because the plus is nice at the start. The pilfering, I don't use this very much, considering it doesn't really get you much, but it's nice. But coercion, it's so much more effective talking out of some fights. So we'll do that. Alright. We have 2 points to put in however we want. Immediately, deft hands is the way to go, because lockpicking, you don't get a rogue character like nowhere in the beginning of the game. So a rogue is nice to have that can actually open some locks, because they're all locked chests and all that kind of stuff. I do like the stealth system in this game, but I don't think we need to start with it. I really like the starting sweep, but let's go cover our simple bases so that at the start we can level up our stuff. So difficulty level, I have played this a couple times, so I don't think casual will be the way to play. Let's just do a normal game. I'm not going for a hard mode.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, though we both had less grey in our hair then. And we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Papa, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad. Oh no, I left them in Amaranthine, well away from the fighting in the south. They do send their best wishes. My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
Let's keep our options open. Why not? I'd like that.
Good. She's talked about you ever since she saw you at a fair in Denerim. I think you have an admirer, young man.
At any rate, Pop, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Let's ask a bit more. Are you certain what's involved with such a task?
Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, Show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
They're an order of great warriors, or they've defeated the Darkspawn long ago. 3, he said they were a small order and no longer important. And then 4, is there a reason I should care? From the opening that we saw, they are both great warriors, and they have actually defeated the Darkspawn long ago. I'm gonna go with great warriors, because dude's right there.
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
And then we should ask why is, so first reason, number 1, I think I rather like that idea of father. 2, is there a reason I shouldn't join them? And then 3, I have no interest in becoming a Grey Warden. Let's go with the reason why we shouldn't
You
join.
did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Yeah, of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
Where's Fergus? 2, are you trying to get rid of me? And 3, but I'd like to stay and talk to Duncan. 4, but I'm not done talking to you yet. I think I'm gonna, say what I have in mind. I think he's trying to
We
get rid
must
of me.
discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
And there we go. This is nostalgic. Let me take a look at some of my things. Cool.
Yes?
Oh, we can talk to him. So, let's ask how long he's been friends
We
with
fought together
Paul.
under King Maric when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
Ask him if he knew King
Your
Merrick.
father hasn't spoken of our time with him? That man took care of his friends. As they say, he was large as life and twice as tall. It's too bad Kalen isn't half that.
Oh, that's something. You don't think much of King Kalen?
I think of him as much as he thinks at all.
That's enough, Hal. You speak of our king.
Oh, the boy did ask, your lordship. As per the latitude you allow, I merely offered my opinion.
Okay, so he doesn't like the king. Your daughter's interested in
The
me.
topic has come up from time to time. The young and their infatuations.
I got the impression that Delilah didn't like me, or I don't remember returning the interest. And then it sounds more serious than that. I'm going to go with 1. I got the impression Delilah did
I'm
not
sure
like
that
me.
was years ago. People change. To be honest, I have no expectations. And your father seems determined to let you find your own way. If something did happen, well, we'd address it as befits a family of our stature.
Oh, wow. We'll see.
I'm sure there will be much to discuss once I return.
Then there's the regular prompt to just leave. I trust the delay with your men is nothing serious, and I just want to wish you well, Arl Hal. I'm gonna say I trust the delay with your
Poor
men is
weather,
nothing
I
serious.
believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about.
You told my father the delay
In a
was
manner
your
of
fault.
speaking, if I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess, my confidence in your father allowed me some complacency. I guess that makes it as much his fault.
Huh. I don't like that. He's sly. He's trying to be conniving.
Another time, then.
I'm sorry, but I
Duncan.
believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
May we speak
Your father
later.
has left you in charge of the castle? Then I will see you at dinner tomorrow, if not sooner. As do I.
I look forward to it.
Until then.
Good evening, my lord. Good evening, my lord.
Good evening. Do a little bit of exploring, because we can kind of go around everywhere. We have a little thing in the top right.
There
of the
you
map
are.
trying
Your
to show
mother
us
told
where
me
we're
the
going.
town
Oh.
had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, this is Sir Gilmore. He's being looked at for conscription, or joining the Wardens.
I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
She was my nanny before she was the cook. Nan won't leave.
Your mother disagrees.
Say that.
She insists you collect the dog, and quickly. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
Stupid dog, he never behaves. 2, he knows better than to hurt anyone. 3, I'm busy at the moment. And 4, then I guess I should collect him. Yeah, I guess I
That
should
would be
collect him.
wise, before Nan tears down the walls. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? Your mother was quite specific. Unless the castle is under attack, you get that dog before doing anything else. Her words, not mine. Before we go, my lord, might I beg a question? I've heard from several people that a Grey Warden is here. Is that true? Then, is it also true that this Grey Warden was asking after me? Maker's breath, are you certain? Can you imagine me, a Grey Warden? It would be everything I've dreamed of. Of course, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Pardon my outburst. We really should go after your hound, my lord, before he does something worse. I would were it my choice. Your father decided I should remain with the complement guarding the castle. I hope that's because this Grey Warden wishes to see me. Only what everyone hears. I never expected to actually see one. So few of them are here in Ferelden. I only know that once you become a Grey Warden, your old life is over. There's no going back. Never. You hear about Darkspawn attacking homesteads and travellers, but I thought they were just stories. I hear they only recruit the most skilled. It'd be disappointing if that wasn't true. As you wish. But what if the Grey Warden tries to recruit you? Have you thought about it? He could change his mind. Grey Wardens are notorious for doing whatever is necessary to fight the Darkspawn. Scribe Aldous once told me that the Grey Wardens used to burn entire villages to keep them out of Darkspawn hands. If they have to, a few villages are a small price to pay to save the world.
Alright, why would he recruit me then?
Surely you jest, my lord. You're strong, skilled, and easily the equal of men twice your age. The Grey Wardens would be fools to overlook you.
And then I believe I wouldn't want to become a Grey Warden, and I wish he would recruit me. Those are like staple answers. Once I make one of those choices, I'm done here. I'm gonna just non-commit. I really don't know how I feel.
Suppose you have many other options. Me? I would give anything to be recruited.
Alright, and then finally, before we move on with our lives, tell me about yourself, Sir Gilmore.
You know I've served your father for years, since my own father sent me to squire here. My father is a minor lord in the Bannorn, but our land is little more than a glorified farmstead. I do miss it, though. The valleys of the Bannorn are beautiful this time of year. I take great pride in serving the town. Still, if I had the opportunity to join the Grey Wardens, I wouldn't hesitate.
You would really leave my father's
With his
service.
blessing, I imagine. Joining the Wardens is the highest service one can render.
Alright.
Of course, my
let's
lord.
move on with our
Lead on.
lives. You can hear the dog barking.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But, mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves. I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
1. I'm sorry he's bothering you, Nan. 2. He's not a mongrel. He's a pure-blood Mawari. 3. Maybe you should lock your larder tighter. And 4. Maybe you should be put down. That's a little too much right there. I'll just say I'm sorry. He's not in the right
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
We'd best go into the larder while we can before Nan runs for the guards.
Talk to him.
Of course, my lord. Lead on.
Why are you talking to me, young man? That wretched creature is likely eating my beautiful roast as we speak.
How did he get into the larder this time? I can't help it if my hound is too smart for his own good. And then 3, we can use our coercion or intimidate. You will keep a civil tongue or I will cut it out. And then 4, please calm down, Nan. 3 is a little too much right now because, she's not a problem. So I'll just ask how did he
How
get
in the blazes am I supposed to know? He up and walked through the wall, I expect. That hound isn't natural. I see it in his eyes. He does this on purpose, just to torment me.
Alright, let's take a look in here. Big dog. Very big dog.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
1, enough, you're a bad boy. Do you hear me? 2, what a smart boy you are. Oh, yes, you are. 3, sit right there. I'm not putting up with this. And then 4, are you trying to tell me something, boy? Let's go with that one. 4.
He does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, do you hear that?
Ow, that one bit me!
Very well. As you say, it will be done. Yes.
Just slaughtering all these rats.
Of course. As you say, very well. Of course.
Get on them! Attack!
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Game. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
1, it certainly looks that way. 2, those were very large rats. And 3, maybe it was a coincidence. And then 4, so my hound put me in danger. Great. I'll just say it certainly looks that way.
Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's upset enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Jarl's men.
I think I'll tell her that, hey, my dog kind of saved your larder. Elfroot, the common name for Cannavaris. This herb actually has little to do with elves other than it being commonly collected and traded to outsiders by the Dalish. It is the primary ingredient in many healing salves. Cool. It's made for crafting. Well, it's for crafting. Then deep mushroom. Fungi found underground in close proximity to lyrium veins. In addition to their restorative properties, they can also be made into poisons. So this is also for healing and poisons. Cool. I think there's something else I can pick up here. Not sure. I'll talk dog real quick. Not much to talk about, because, you know, one-sided conversation. Can you do something about this gory mess, or do you see anything interesting? And then pet dog. I'll ask him about the gory mess. So he cleaned us. So he cleans us up. And do you see anything interesting? He barks silently and runs off. Dog runs up to you and deposits a slightly damaged cake into your waiting hands. Okay. You just found this then, and then 2, cake, excellent, good boy, and 3, thanks. I'll go with 1. Happy bark. I'm not eating any found cake. 2, I'm sure it will come in handy. 3, I suppose it's the thought that counts. And 4, it looks yummy. Looked yummy, maybe, at some point. I'm gonna do 2. I'm sure it will come in handy. He bounces around, barking happily. Dog's name is Dog.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Actually, he was defending your larder from rats. Big ones, or 2. He's not so bad, Nan. Just a dog being a dog. And then 3, yes, well, what can you do? I'll go with defending your larder.
Rats? Not the large grey ones.
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
Yes, the rats are dead. It's quite a mess, in fact. 2, my faithful warhound made sure it's safe. And 3, I took care of it. No need to be afraid. I'll go with 1. Yes, the rats are dead. It's quite a mess, in fact.
I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Alright, got that done out of the way, and I don't see anything like loot or look around for. We have that thing on the map giving us directions still. I'm actually going to take a look over here and see if I can get into this part of the building.
The task is finished.
It's locked. And I unlocked it because I have lockpicking. Goody me. More elf fruit. Greenstone. Blue greenstone with a pattern like a turtle shell. Don't know what this is for, but I'll pick it up. I think it's just something you can sell later on. And more greenstone. And we got a cat right here. Surprised dog isn't going crazy. Continue going around, exploring a bit. Another door here.
The
Servant.
Karen and the Arl are leaving before dawn. It will be such a long night.
Looks like there's nothing to grab in here. Door number 2. I see a locked chest, and I can unlock it. Looks like those are 7 copper bits. 7 bits. This is the basic unit of
I am done.
currency.
Good evening, my
Hello,
lord.
guard. Evening to you too. I'm actually going to save here. There we go. This game does have a habit of crashing at inopportune times, like many other games, but good to save every now and then.
Success!
Another locked door. I think I'll be able to unlock everything here at the start right now, just because I picked up that skill. Quartz, a milky white stone of remarkable strength. I believe you can use that for upgrading or just selling for money.
I have done it.
Another locked door here. Another chest.
I am done.
More quartz. Alright, let's see what's over here. Looks like a church. Mother Malal.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all.
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you.
1, I would appreciate that, Mother Malal. 2, perhaps later. 3, if it will make you feel better. And then 4, I don't see the point. Why not? I would appreciate that,
Please,
Mother Malal.
child. Call me Malal. I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need.
Maker,
Let
watch
no
over
man
us.
have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be.
I think we should fear the
There now.
shadows.
I'll be keeping a vigil tonight. You're welcome to come. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me. It is the
Thank
least
you.
I could do. If the worst comes to pass, child, take comfort in knowing that the Maker's will takes many forms. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
Andraste, Bride of the Maker. Chant of the Light, the Blight. Finally starting to head to the quest marker.
There we go.
Weapon stand, a mace. It's a strength-based weapon. It does 5 damage. I actually meet the requirement for this. Armor penetration 4, strength modifier 1. Mine is strength modifier 0.85. This actually might be good to use at some point.
Yes.
Lesser nature salve.
The task is finished.
And more quartz.
Oh, my lord, we were just,
Playing
the
cards.
treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Terran stationed us here.
Don't worry about it, men. I won't say anything. Or 2, do you always question your duties? And 3, did my father fear someone would steal something? Let's go with 3. Did my father fear someone would steal something?
Don't know. Nobody has come to look at the treasury.
1, who has the key to the treasury? 2, then perhaps you better get back to work? Or 3, I'll forget about it this time. And then 4, continue your game. Pretend I never came by. Unless who has the key.
And perhaps the tanner? Honestly don't know, my lord.
I'll let him know I'll forget about it this time. I'll let it slide just this once, but don't let it happen again.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. We won't forget this.
Yeah, get back to work. I think I can unlock the treasury, can I? I will attempt it.
No, I cannot.
Nope. Can't.
Good evening, my lord.
I think I have to talk to those people up there, so I would rather do this first. Aldous. That's the guy who's the scribe. History of Ferelden, Chapter 1. I'll probably read that here soon. I'll read through all this Codex lore at some point. History of Ferelden, Chapter 2. And then Aldous. Who's this over here? The librarian.
Hello, my dear boy. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
1, it's alright. It is boring. 2, still the same taskmaster, I see. And then 3, they could do with some discipline. I'll say he's the same taskmaster.
If the mind is not exercised, it withers just as the body does. Perhaps you'd care to join me in teaching the lesson?
No thank you, I must attend to an important task. 2, certainly, I'd be happy to. Or 3, I'm quite familiar with the subject matter. And then 4, I'm a bit old for lessons, I think. I'm going to say I'm quite familiar with the subject matter.
Perhaps you could make the topic more palatable for these lads and their minuscule intellects.
He just called them stupid. Alright. 1, I don't think so. Carry on. 2, very well. And then 3, I doubt that's possible. I'll say very
Wonderful.
well.
Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start?
1, come think of it, I have things to do. 2, when was our line founded? 3, we predate the founding of the kingdom, yes? And then 4, tell about our relationship with Arl Howl. Arl Howl. Yeah. We predate the founding
Well,
of the
I'm
kingdom.
glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young man.
I don't advise insulting me, old man. Or 2, I'm doing the best I can. Or 3, your lecturing does lead to yawning. Or 4, it's your skill as a tutor, of course.
If I were truly a skilled tutor, I suspect I would not encounter such insouciance amongst my pupils. You can look that up later. At any rate, your family has held the tournure of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elathea Cousland battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence.
We opposed the king. 2, and Calenhad let us keep the tournure. Or 3, I suppose we lost. I'm going to say, and Calenhad let us keep the
Calenhad
tournure.
wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elathea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event.
Then 1, time to end the lesson, I think. And 2, we opposed the king. 3, when was our line founded? And then 4, tell about our relationship with Arl
The history
Howl.
between the
Let's go
Couslands and the Howls reaches back to the Orlesian occupation.
And then 1 is go on to when did Orlais occupy High Ever. 3, spare me the war stories, please. I'll say
During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near High Ever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the tourneur's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe, Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
But my father and Arl Howe are old friends. And then 2, we fought the Howes. 3, as was our right, the Howes are our vassals. Then 4, unfortunate, but we couldn't lose Harper's Ford.
The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Loghain, just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Cailan, to fight the Darkspawn.
And then I'm going to end
Thank you for indulging an old man.
Oh, does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Damn myself all this one.
There we go. Move on from the history lesson. That's there for the lore seekers who enjoy the lore of this game. And there's quite a lot of it. There's even the books and all that kind of stuff. The book's pretty decent.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my younger son. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled?
Yes, Mother. Nana's going back to work as we speak. 2, yes, there were giant rats in the larder. 3, Nan's head exploded and my hound ate the kitchen staff. Or 4, I'd rather not keep chasing this stupid dog. I'm gonna say Nan's head exploded and my hound ate the kitchen staff. You know, little
well,
joke.
At least one of us will have had a decent dinner. Perhaps your hound left something I can feed my guests. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
1, of course, it's good to see you again, my lady. 2, weren't you drunk? 3, if you say so. 4, this will have to wait. Father sent me to find Fergus. Be polite, of course, it is good to see you.
You're too kind, dear boy. Didn't I spend half the salon shamelessly flirting with you?
Right in front of your family, too.
You remember my son, Dyron. He's riding with your father tomorrow.
It's good to see you again, my lord.
And you, Dyron. 2, I'd rather be riding with him myself. And 3, Mother, why are these people here? I'll say I'd rather be riding with him
You
myself.
will be missed.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra!
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet.
1, I can handle my own affairs, thank you. Or 2, may I go now, Mother? 3, you are aware that we are at war. Or 4, maybe we should speak alone sometime, Iona. Yeah, why not? Let's speak alone sometime.
As it pleases you, my lord.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance.
1, you're right, I should go. 2, did you know there's a Grey Warden here? 3, do you know where Fergus might be? 4, why can't I go with Father and Fergus? 5, I have a bad feeling about all this. 6, are you staying at the castle?
Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
The Darkspawn have returned, Grey Wardens are needed. 2, Father wouldn't allow it. 3, would that be so bad? And 4, definitely not. I'm just gonna non-commit again. Father wouldn't allow it.
And I do realize you didn't answer my question. There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
I should go. Do you know where Fergus? Why can't I go with Father? I'll ask about why can't I go
I
with
know
Father
it's
and
difficult to
Fergus.
stay in the castle and watch others ride off, but we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
1, what if they fall without me? 2, I can make a difference. And 3, yes, I understand. I'm going to say, what if they fall
It's in
without
the
me?
Maker's hands now, and we must cope as best we can.
I'm going to let her know. Well, I'm going to ask if she's
For a
going to
few
stay at the
days.
castle.
Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
1, I don't think you should go. 2, I was about to suggest that myself. Or 3, as you wish. I'll say
Good.
as you wish.
I was worried you might be nervous about running the castle alone. I needn't have been concerned.
And then I'll ask
If he's
where
not out with
Fergus
his
might
men,
be.
probably upstairs with Oriana.
And I'll let her know I have a bad feeling
As do
about
I.
all this.
Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me. But it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours. I love you, my darling boy.
I should go.
You know that, don't you?
I love you too. I'm hardly a boy any longer. Or what brought this on? What
You've
what
grown
brought
up
this
so
on?
fast. And now Bryce is leaving you in charge of the castle. I suppose there's no point in dwelling on it. Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
All right.
I am done.
Fergus is no. Nothing in here.
It cannot be done.
Don't have a key for that.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be same here. Yep.
It cannot be done.
All right. Then we have to go here and talk with him.
Be a war, Papa. Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword,
A
Oren.
sword?
And I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
1, should I wait outside? 2, just let me know when you two are finished. 3, no darkspawn could harm Fergus. And then 4, you two are nauseating me. Should I wait
Stay.
outside?
I'd like to say farewell.
1, I bring a message. Father wants you to leave without him. 2, I wish I could go with you. 3, you'll be missed, brother. And then 4, did you know there's a Grey Warden in the castle? 5, do you really think the war will be over this quickly? I'll let him know about the Grey Warden.
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Oren. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
Is going to test Sir
Good for
Gilmore.
him. I hope he makes it. If I were a Grey Warden, though, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it.
I'll let him know that I wish
you
go
could
with
come.
him.
It'll be tiring killing all those Darkspawn myself.
Surely your father would not place both his heirs in danger?
Mother and Father have been fighting about it for days. It's too bad. I could have used you at my side.
I'll let him know
If
you'll
it's
be
any
missed.
consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Then I'll let him know about the message. I won't talk about the war in front of his family.
Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
a good shield would be more useful. 2, you could have delivered your message yourself, Father. Or 3, Fergus will be fine. And then 4, he might just need those prayers. I'll say a good shield would be more
The
useful.
Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, Mother dear. You'll take care of her, brother, won't you?
You can count on me. 2, you'll need protecting more than her. 3, Mother can handle herself, always has. Yeah, I'll say you can count on
Good.
me.
How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
And I'm going to end this segment here. So with a save and then end it there.